Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is John and Addicted to Fishing. Today I'm going to go over one of my best kept secrets. It's not a secret in the fishing industry, but it's just something that I do that I have never talked about on my channel before, nor have I really talked to anybody about it. Some of you may have seen that I posted that I had a JDM package, and that is part of what I'm about to share with you guys. So anyway, what I'm talking about here is scent. Does it work? And if so, what scents do you use? Scents absolutely do work, and I've been using them for years and years. Recently, what I started doing is I bought some of these watertight containers, and then as you can see, there's some scent in here. This happens to be a bait fuel gel, so it's pretty solid. Pretty much, it is a gel. But what I did with this one, just because I only had a little bit of bait fuel, I like to use the Berkley Power Bait. And what I do is, no matter which one I'm using, I take this container and we'll just say, let me see if I can find something here. Sorry guys, as usual, I'm not really prepared. But we'll say we want to put scent on these Zacos. So anyway, what I do is instead of sending them in the bag, is I take out, probably a couple weeks worth of them, or a couple packs at a time. I take them, I put them in a container, and I'm not going to soak these, because what I want to soak these in is not what's in here. But anyway, I put the baits that I'm going to soak in this one, and pick the appropriate scent that I want to use. Like in this case, it's the Power Bait, and then I let this soak ahead of time. And then I'm going to cover. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 different scents that I like. Bait fuel works. It doesn't have much of a smell. It is a gel. One of the big things you guys got to take into consideration with these, the best scents are water soluble. I was just happening to look here and see if this Berkley has it. And I do not see if it says it's water soluble or not. So that would be something I'd have to look up. But anyway, the best ones are the ones that are water soluble. One of the things that I think people have a misconception on with scent, or the problem they have, is they'd have, like their Zaco on the back of their chatterbait, and we're just going to use this Power Bait and say it's got a pump. They spray it, they cast it out. The problem with that is once you dip it in the water, you're going to see that scent come off right in the water. And that's not what we're looking to achieve. That's why I get these particular containers. They're watertight, so if they fall or whatever, if there's like a crawfish smell or something, it doesn't stick up my house. But I like to, if you will, marinate my baits in the scent. As far as the different scents that I like to use, Berkley Power Bait. This one's the bass attractant. I use this. I'll use a crawfish. And I buy a lot of the stuff when it's on sale. The Yum Crawfish, I like it, even though this is a spray. I could put the bait in and spray that. I like to use that crawfish on my crawfish type baits. Use the Bait Mate. I think this was on clearance for 50 cents, a garlic and salt. And then it says increased anise oil. I use that one. And then if I'm looking to use something like to change the color of like a tail or part of it, I like the Spike It Dip and Glow. You can pretty much dip, and then it's ready to go right off the bat. One of the newest ones that was part of my JDM that I'm going to try out is by the Norries. This one's the Aging Bass Liquid. A little bit of this stuff supposedly goes a really long way. And then on the other side, that's not a liquid, it's a powder, is this Bite Powder EBI. I'm really excited to try these two. This one, it's just a powder that you kind of sprinkle on the bait, and then go from there. It's not something that I'm going to soak the bait in. Pretty much the way I'm looking at that, I say I use this Aging Bass Liquid, is I would soak my baits in a container in this once they've marinated, and I like to give them 24 to 48 hours of a marinade. Once they're done marinating, I'll put them back in the pack, and I'll cover what I'm doing to do that, and then I would dust them with the Bite Powder. I wish I could tell you a little bit more about these things right off the rip, but unfortunately, well, this one has some English on it. It just says, not for human consumption, keep out of reach of infant and children, do not use for any purpose other than fishing. But as you can see, most everything on there, except for the name Norries and Bite Powder EBI, is in Japanese. Same thing on this one. It says the same thing as the Bite Powder. And I'm going to talk about those two on how you guys can get them, because that's very difficult to get right now. And there's a couple others out there that are really hard to get, but I think they're worth a mention. Another one that's worth a mention would be the Eco Gear. They make a couple liquid scents that you could get. One of them has a UV, and then the other one is the Wakasagi Chove Rig, I think is what it's called. And I don't remember who makes that powder, but it's another powder that you can get. Tackle Warehouse and a few others, the Hookup Tackle, and a couple other local U.S. Tackle companies have been putting it on a website, but it's always out of stock. As far as like the Norries products, this is extremely hard to get. You can find it on eBay. You can find it on Amazon. I got mine off of Amazon. Same thing with the Bite Powder. It's reasonably priced. They're both about $12. And a little bit goes a long way. Both of these were a long time secret from the Japanese anglers. Taco kind of brought that more into light. Some people are debating whether he works with Bite Powder or something else. I believe he uses the Norries brand. He's kind of tied in, I think, with an affiliate with Norries. But anyway, let me find my tackle bag here real quick. I'm going to pull out a pack that I had soaking and kind of show you what I do. All right, so this one just soaked in bait fuel. But what I'll do, guys, is when I'm soaking these baits, and I'm going to put them in a package, and I'm pulling them out of my container, I'll use a pair of tweezers, grab them out, drop them into my package. And I like to store all of my soft plastics in their bag. Put them back in the bag. This one, I did marinate the bait fuel because I got some bait fuel off of somebody right in the bag. They gave me a little extra. That's how I got the bait fuel in that one. But one of the things you're trying to do is cover the human scent or something that might be around. Plus, you're kind of like, this one's a shrimp crawfish, you're trying to present that kind of natural smell back for the fish. And that's why I use these tweezers. One, I don't get the stuff all over my hands. I don't have to use gloves. It's perfectly easy to pick the baits up and do whatever I got to do with them. So like a big mistake a lot of guys make is they go out, especially if you're bank fishing, and you're in an area where there's mosquitoes or ticks or other unwanted bugs that might bite you. You get that off and you spray off all over you, and it's all over your hands. If you don't use something to clean your hands, you're going to put that DEET directly on your bait. Okay? And when you do that, believe me, you will get less bites. Am I saying scent's the only thing that triggers the bites? Absolutely not. A lot of it's reaction. But definitely when you're slow moving something, like a Senko, you're slow rolling it or slow moving it on the bottom. Some of these, like swim baits, you might slow roll them. That's when I think the sink comes in really handy. My different crawls, worms, jig trailers, definitely with my different Hellgrammites that I use. I do like to soak those, and I do think they generate quite a few more bites. I'm going to be interested to see how this bite powder works. We can open this up while we're talking about it here and kind of show you how you do it, for those that are interested. So we'll roll it around like that, get it open, twist the top. Not only does it have an outer seal, it has an inner seal. Yeah, I can kind of smell the shrimpy smell. Put that lid back on. Let me see what I got here that we can put it on. Something that I would slow move. I didn't really expect to go this route with this video. That's why I wasn't prepared with this. But here are some of my Hellgrammites. So what I would do with these is they come in a little tray. I'll take that tray completely out of the bag, and you can see when I transferred it in, there's still some scent right there in the corner. But anyway, what I like to do, we try to put these guys in focus for you, is take the tray, take some of the powder, sprinkle some of that powder over them. Put my lid back on. And you can see I got a generous coating of that bite powder on there. And what I do, put it back in the bag. That's how we like to travel with it. We like to store it, put it in the bag, seal it back up, and then if you want, give it a shake. It definitely doesn't make the bag look good, but now these guys have some bite powder on them and they're ready to go. Probably the best thing for this would be to actually get rid of the tray. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Take these guys directly off the bag, or off that tray. Throw the tray out. The tray is just to try to help keep them straight. But now I have my guys all sauced up, ready to go. Just like that. Then I'll store those in my tackle bag, store my stuff at home. Don't take it with me. Same thing if I was going to use a Zaco. I probably won't use too many cents on my Zacos. And things like that that I'm going to pretty much fast move. I just really want stuff that the fish are going to get a good look at. So anyway, guys, what kind of scents do you use? Do you use them? Do you not use them? I definitely like to Spike It, the Dip and Glow. I could just easily open this package. And just for an example here, if I wanted to add a little color to this guy, I take it, I dip it, and now as you can see, we got kind of a chartreuse colored tail. Give that a minute or two and let it dry. It does add a little garlic scent, but I like this for accenting my bait. And I'm not going to go into modifications on how you can use a marker to add color. I've got paint pens and stuff like that if I wanted to change something a little more drastic than just scent. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. It's not one of the ones that I talk about a lot, but it is definitely something that I do believe helps generate a few more bites. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It does help my channel out. It doesn't cost you anything. Just hit the subscribe button. You hit that notification bell to be notified when I do put out a video. Comment, like, share. If you have comments about anything that I've shown you today, please chime in. Let me know what your favorite scent is down in the comments, or let me know if you think it's just garbage. I always appreciate that feedback, and I try to get with you guys. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.